Now, I know I've already told you this, but my garden is a bit of a work in progress and I've got a long way to go in most areas. The next big project is actually down on the creek where I've already cleaned away most of the weeds and invasive plants, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Many waterways around Australia suffer from arum lily and blackberry invasions. And whilst we've almost gotten control of this here, we've still got a few years ahead to really get on top of it. Now, the more common weeds are pretty bad too, but these can be controlled a lot better when I've got some surface coverings such as mulch over the garden beds and turf over the areas designated for lawn. Now, in amongst all these weeds are some absolute treasures, and I've got to make sure I protect them. This is a classic example. It's the blue ginger. It's actually a member of the wandering Jew family, a really hardy plant, and it grows very well in pots, which is exactly where I'm going to put it once I've started work on this garden, so I can protect them, and then when it's all built, they'll come back in and they'll look fantastic. This overhead garden is going to have lots of epiphytic plants like stag and elkhorn ferns growing. Now, to sustain them in summer, I've popped up an irrigation system through the trees, but during winter, well, the rains will be more than enough. Other epiphytes that end up with a home in the trees will include bromeliads and some of the air plants like Spanish moss. Invasive plants will remain a problem for a while in our garden, although not all are a complete loss. This is taro. It looks fantastic, but it's also delicious when cooked. Now, not all plants are edible straight to the mouth, and the root or tuber of this plant has to be cooked to be enjoyed. Now, the biggest issue is its invasive nature, and it spreads quickly, covering huge amounts of waterway, choking out native species. Now, that's no good, so it's got to go, but I'll keep some up in my pond well away from the creek. Now, this is one garden project I'm really excited about. It's going to be the area along the edge of the creek where you can come and relax. Around the outside, along the edge of this bank here, we're going to build a big wall. It's going to run right in a big arc around the outside. We've got a lot of dirt to take out here, so we've got a gentle slope down to the creek, and we're going to turf it so it'll be nice and cool and tranquil. And on top of the wall, Japanese maples all around the outside just to shade it, and underneath we'll put azaleas and camellias for colour. It's going to be sensational, but there's a lot of work to be done yet.